So here we have the Jaguar XE on a 65 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside of it from there. From the outside though, you can see that it's a four-door car with those black alloy wheels. We'll start off inside the boot first of all. As we approach the back of the car, you can see we have reversing sensors. Plenty of boot space as well, as you can see. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back around to the front of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside of it from there. But now that we've done a full circle, you can see it's in lovely condition the whole way round. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that right now. Okay, now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. Over on the left-hand side, we have the speedometer, we have the rev counter on the right-hand side. And then in the centre, you can see the main trip computer. So it'll show you what gear this car is in there. We are in park at the moment, as this is an automatic. And we have a digital readout for the speedometer as well. You can change the information that's displayed above that section should you wish to. Backing out to the steering wheel, we have buttons on the left-hand side for your phone and your central screen. And over on the right-hand side, we have cruise control and speed limiter for the car. Just behind the steering wheel, you can see the minus and plus pedals. They are so that you can change gear manually with this automatic gearbox. And then over in the center, we have the main touchscreen for the car. So we're on the home screen at the moment. So from up on here, you can access your media options. With the stereo turned on, which is down here, and I'll come to that in just a moment. It's the same as your volume control effectively for the car. But you're able to hit source, and you can see you've got DAB, FM and AM radio, as well as auxiliary input as well. So plenty of ways to listen to your music in this car. We can go back to the home screen from here and pair your phone. You need to pair your phone in order that you're able to use things like, of course, Bluetooth to make phone calls, but also the ability to be able to stream your music wirelessly as well. Up in the top right-hand corner, we then have access to the climate control for the car. We have physical buttons for this a bit further down, again, which we'll come to in just a moment. And the last square on there was for the satellite navigation for the car. So it's a nice clear colour display, as you can see. Really easy system to use as well. And on top of all of that, if I pop the car into reverse, you'll see we have a full colour reversing camera with guidelines that show you what direction you are headed in relation to the image that's being shown on the screen. Working our way down, we then have dual zone climate control, so you can adjust the passenger temperature, the driver temperature. You can determine the fan speed, so both up and down from here. When you're happy with those settings, your air conditioning is on at the minute, so that's off and on from there. Or you can hit auto. The car will now take control of the fan speed and the direction of the air, which you can hear it doing, to maintain the temperatures that you've asked for on either side just there. We have the volume for the stereo here. This button starts and stops the engine for the car. We then have the dial that is essentially the gear lever. So we're in park at the moment, as you can see. We have reverse, neutral, drive and sport. And then you can go all the way back to park from there as well. And when we turn the ignition off, this will lower down so that it sits flush to that dash area. We then have the ability to turn off the traction control, the stop and start, and change the driving setup of the car. So you can put it into normal, eco, winter, and also kind of the sport from over here as well. And you can see me shifting from left to right on there. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to give us a call here at Surrey Specialist Cars. We'd love to hear from you soon.